And joining us now is Shannon Skopak, who is the Associate Vice President of Product Marketing at Affinity Federal Credit Union, to talk about a fascinating phenomenon. Why is it that during times of economic stress, people still reach for small luxuries? And how can that be both empowering and, if we're not careful, financially risky? So let's start with that. First of all, good morning and welcome. Thanks for coming on with us this morning.
Sure. Thank you, Ken. Thanks for having me. So,
Absolutely. So let's start with the big picture then. Why do people tend to turn to little luxury items like Labubus that are out there right now during times of economic uncertainty?
so for anyone who may not know what a Labubu is, it's a small little monster doll. They're very cute. They retail for about $40, and people most often like to purchase them to clip onto their bag. And it's just a fun purchase. And that's usually what these types of smaller luxury purchases do, is they give us a little bit of a mood boost. They make us feel good. So even in times of economic downturns and rising costs, people still want to, feel good about buying something. So they may not be able to purchase the high-end luxury item, but maybe something that's a little bit more expensive, like a Labubu. It's not inexpensive, but it's affordable for people, and they may purchase that. So instead of buying maybe a designer handbag for hundreds, possibly thousands of dollars, buying a $40 Labubu and clipping it onto the bag you already have still makes you feel good. And so people still have a desire, consumers still have a desire and a want to purchase things, even when money's a little tighter and things are more expensive. Sometimes we refer to this as the lipstick effect. Estee Lauder discovered this at a time when costs were rising and the sales of
That's right.
luxury goods were going down. But what they found is that their lipstick sales were going up, actually, contrary to what you might think. And the reason is, like I said, is that people still want to make that little purchase, something that's affordable, but yet a luxury. And yes, there's a Labubu for you.
There you go. Wanted to show everybody because we mentioned it a bunch of times. So
Yes,
that's a
yes.
Labubu. They're weird looking, but then again, years ago we had the Cabbage Patch dolls and everything else. So we've had weird stuff being sold over the years. It's not like we haven't in the past. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Right. Yeah,
And then,
no, that's exactly. People ask, what are these? And that's exactly what they are. They are trending on social media, so people see them all the time. And, trends and fads on social media come and go very quickly. So you kind of feel compelled when you keep seeing it on social media to make these purchases. And then as soon as one comes up and you maybe fall into it and want to buy it quickly and you get that quick little mood boost, all of a sudden something else comes along. So it's a little bit of a trap you need to watch that you can fall into. Um, so people in general should, you don't want to make a habit of these purchases. Treating yourself once in a while is definitely okay. You just want to know where your money's going. You want to set a budget. You want to be able to, make sure you're paying for your necessities first, your food,
mhm.
your gas, your housing, making sure you're paying your bills in a timely manner. And also have an emergency fund and, savings set aside there. Then see what's left and maybe keep a controlled, amount of money that you think is okay to spend and splurge on a Labubu, a lipstick, maybe a fancy coffee, something that makes you feel good. So,
Yeah, yeah. And for what it's worth, I mean, some of these Labubus, I know we keep talking, we keep focusing on it. It sounds like a big commercial, an infomercial for Labubus.
yes, now everybody's going
But
to want to buy one.
right, exactly. Some of them, though, people do collect, and they have gone up in value. So I've read of some people who are like going online and selling them for a small fortune. I don't want to even quote a number because I don't want to make people now rush out and get them. But they have been
Right.
collecting the ones that are harder to get. I guess go up in value, right? It's supply and
Yes,
demand.
definitely. So they're hard to get right now because they are trending and so many people do want to purchase them. I think you can even buy outfits for them, so dress them up, so you spend even more money. But they also come in blind boxes, so there's a variety of them. You showed one, but they come in all different colors and things like that. So you
Right.
buy the box and you don't really know what's inside. So
And by the way, for all the guys out there, I'm sorry to step on you, for all the guys who say, why do women buy that crap? The guys are out there buying stupid things like baseballs and baseball bats and hats and stuff like that. So guys, don't think you don't do the same thing. Guys do this, buy the same
Right. I
crap.
was thinking about this earlier, actually.
My
People might
brother-in-law, who is, God
associate
bless
all
him.
these things with women, but
Right? No, guys are just listen. My brother-in-law has an entire room in his home in Boca set aside for San Francisco 49er stuff. He has literally, it's a whole room. So don't tell me guys,
wow.
guys get very obsessed too, but he can afford it. God bless him. He's a
Yes.
lawyer, but that's what guys do. That's their labubu is sports
Yep,
stuff
exactly.
oftentimes, not to sit there and
Exactly.
say. But social media, you hit this. Social media plays such a huge role in encouraging spending today. So it's not necessarily an ad, but it's seeing a product here, there, here, there. All of a sudden, you have to be part of that. So talk about,
Yes.
give some advice for somebody who feels that there is pressure when they see this as a trend, when they see it in all these different social media posts, almost like a meme constantly in their faces.
Yes, no, for sure. I think, like I said, you feel compelled to get on board with these trends and you want to be part of it. It's a sense of belonging. You feel like you're up on the trends and people know that you know what's going on. A lot of these people are influencers, though. They're getting paid to promote products.
Mm-hmm.
Most of it is really marketing and people. You have to be aware that people are trying to get you to make purchases and create these phenomenons and fads. And that's why social media has gone very much towards promoting advertising and product pushing. So you need to be smart about it and really take that into consideration. That's why budgeting and saving is important, and making sure you know where your money's going so that you're just not habitually getting on board and buying these purchases and, being part of every trend that comes along. You want to consider, is this important to me? Am I going to have a little buyer's remorse a week, a month from now because I jumped
Mm-hmm.
in and bought this Labubu? Or did I really want it and it was worth it? So
I hope we get it. I hope we get a residual check from Labubu because the amount of times we've given him credit today so far, this is more than they could have bought. We have about a minute left. So at Affinity, you offer a savings account that helps people grow their money from smaller deposits. Tell us more about how that works and how it's different from a traditional savings account.
Sure. So, like I said, people have an emotional connection with their money, and when your finances are good, you're going to feel good. And when your finances aren't good, you're going to feel stressed. And those little purchases are going to then, that boosted your mood, are now going to stress you out probably. So, one way to maybe cure that is if you wanted to take the money you were putting into, you may have spent on a Labubu or these small purchases and put it into a savings account, you might feel really good about how you're watching your money grow and seeing how you're saving things. And we at Affinity do have a particular savings account. It's unique in the market because we pay a higher rate on smaller amounts of money. Usually it's the reverse. The more money you have, the higher rate you get. So this is a really nice savings account for people who want to get started saving and maybe get their mood boost from doing that instead of making purchases. And you'll be able to see that growth and compounding. And probably as you see your money grow in a savings account like that, you'll maybe not want to spend it as much. And it'll make you feel good to have it there and keep saving towards it.
It is healthier for you to save your money than to keep buying. You want to buy one Labubu, fine. Just leave it at that. We're out of time, unfortunately, though.
Exactly.
Shannon
Yes. You don't want
Skopak,
to get a habitual.
right? Shannon Skopak, who's Associate Vice President of Product Marketing at Affinity Federal Credit Union. Thank you for joining us this morning. Come back
Yes.
again
Thank you
with your
so much for
Labubu.
having me.
Thank
Great.
you.